I've been coming in. So, so now we can track, you know, you gotta track.
Oh, yeah.
So that's what you're looking at.
Especially when you have people on anything.
I want to move that because I don't want to accidentally. So now the next step is just to hit transition. Because this is what they'll see. That's it.
So I'll do it Monday.
Yep, I'll still be here.
That way I can.
I'll be sitting back here, I'll be like,
And it'll be better with it just Robert and not.
yes, not the full meal deal, you know.
I'm good. One word.
Oh, well, look at it.
Move on.
Make her laugh, please.
No. I get to pick who goes in them.
You want. So you want to be with one of those people. Hey, you want to be away. You keep going into a sheet.
What's up, senor?
Oh, man, let me go. No.
I don't probably
What? Did you get in there and eat?
No, I'm running behind.
Okay, so now, because it's about 30, I'm watching the mayor. As soon as he grabs his gavel and went to the clock, transition.
Do we have ink refills for the big printer?
Yes.
Okay, so what we're needing to do is print about close to 3,000 of those to go on the water bills. For
Oh.
the lunch with the.
I was like, for tonight?
No, for the bills, for the breakfast with the mayor. Coffee with the mayor.
Oh, you want to
We're
put
gonna
them in those?
inside the bills, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I got toners.
Okay.
You should run a half page.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead, Scott.
You gotta watch his arm. You gotta be, I mean, like,
All right. Well, tonight we're going to be, our workshop item is a mission statement, so we're going to be working on the mission statement, so let's get to pull it up here. All right, so if y'all remember, last couple of months we've been working towards setting a new vision and mission statement for the city, and last month we went through the draft. This time we're actually going to be looking at the mission. So today's goal is to review the key elements for our core values and culture. Again, that's who we are. And then we'll review the final version of the vision statement that we finalized last month. Can I just get a refresher on that? Because that's where we want to be when we grow up. That's our ultimate goal. And then we'll look at and review the proposed mission statement that we come up with. That's how we're going to get to our vision. And then we'll go over, make any revisions that y'all may want to have for that. Again, as we look at our core values and our core culture and our values, this is who we are. So again, we're inclusive, unified, family friendly, involved, caring, trustworthy, having integrity and honesty, and then being supportive. And those are what we think of and what we want to strive to be as who we are as a city, as an organization, and as team members. And so last month we went through a vision statement, and this is what we settled in on. This is where we're going. This is where we're headed. And so the vision of Cleveland is to be a family-friendly, inclusive, and vibrant community that is safe. A culturally diverse city where families thrive for generations, fostering economic growth, excellent quality of life with educational opportunities, health care, and amenities, while serving our rich history and natural resources. And so that's our draft vision statement, so that's what we want to be. And then the key elements that we've identified in our strategic plan for our mission statement is to be good stewards of the city's resources, to have a good financial strategy, to set priorities, to keep our history before us, which is also in our vision, to acknowledge our diversity, also in our vision, be forward-thinking, communicate with our citizens, be transparent, be innovative, and to have clear codes and ordinances. And so your strategic plan, vision and mission statement committee has met several times on this one. I will tell you that this one is a little bit more difficult for us than the vision statement was, and we've had many, many transitions. But again, Mary gave us the initial draft, with her wording, and then we got to kind of play along with it and make many, many tweaks and many, many varieties and variations and everything. But the committee again was Mary, and of course Angela and Alice and myself. And so this is what we settled in on tonight for y'all to be able to consider, and then we will definitely take any notes, make any recommendations or changes that you have as we work through it. But what we came up with is the mission of Cleveland is to set clear priorities that align with our vision statement. The city, ensuring the long-term sustainability of our community, will be good stewards of our resources and implement sound financial strategies. We recognize and embrace the diversity within our community and endeavor to build an inclusive environment that values different perspectives, promoting a forward-thinking and innovative culture that fosters creativity and efficient solutions. The city is dedicated to transparency and to openly communicate with our stakeholders in a timely, effective manner. And so that is what we have settled in on. Again, like I said, we made many changes, so we're definitely open to ideas and recommendations and anything that y'all may have, any input that y'all may have as we go through that. And so we did try to incorporate, if you look back at the mission statement elements, we tried to put everything in there. The only thing that we really did not put in there was clear codes and ordinances, and we think that's more in line with what your departments would do. That's not something that we as a council city, we kind of implement those, we create those, but then there's going to be different departments that would actually have and enforce the codes and the ordinances that are in there. So we think that line would definitely be something that would be a priority for those departments, such as the community development and police department on those codes and those ordinances that apply to them. But we do have the clear priorities, which goes with the priorities in there. We do have that within the mission statement. So,
Scott, I have a question. Our church is trying to figure out how to communicate to all of our people that's in church, elderly as well as teenagers, and we're not doing a very good job. So we're trying to figure this out. I was just talking to Ms. Alice about your coffee with the mayor. How do we get that out to the public? How do we, this communication, we're failing at it. I don't know how we're doing citywide communicating with the citizens. Is there a better way? Anybody have any idea?
well, that's part of it, and that's why we bring up the coffee with the mayor. That's kind of fitting in with this, that we want to have that open communication, and so we're offering that. Now we are putting it on our Facebook page. We are putting it in our website. We've got flyers up that we're putting in around. I think we sent that to the media. Did we send?
Yeah, the crossing has some. We got them out here.
Vanessa and
Here.
them with try to get them to push something out for us on their Facebook page. We sent it to the chamber. They're going to push it out
Yes.
as an event for us. So
I talked to Ms. Alice about putting it in the water bill so we could have something to get that out to them.
that'd be great too.
I'd like to track this, if we could, to see how many people show up. See if we're actually reaching these people, or if we do this waste a few dollars. So, but I know we're trying to figure out a new way, a better way, and right now we're stuck. We're not getting it for it, so I don't know. We'd like to know how this works. So.
Well, that's one of the things, again, goes back to the communication that we're trying, because we do have an opportunity for citizens to come to our council meeting and have the open mic. But the problem is it's not a dialogue. There's no communication between the council, the city staff, and those. And all they can do is present. We can't respond to it. So this gives them an opportunity to where we can have those dialogues. We can have those communications with them on a regular basis. And hopefully it helps. But again, that is definitely one of the key elements within our mission statement and how we want to do that. That is part of our vision, is to make sure that we communicate with our citizens, and so that's part of it. So anybody else have any comments or any changes, recommendations? Is any words in the wrong spot or any sentences that need to be moved around? Are we good with this?
I was reading it over like a fourth time, just to try to catch on it, but it's really good.
I even had somebody else read it along with me that's more, she was one of my English professors.
Oh, wow. Even the teacher said we're okay.
I trust her.
Well, good. Well, with that, we'll kind of just talk about what we're going to be doing. Is so, we will be bringing back both the vision and the mission statement to council in January. So we'll have these two drafts come back for y'all. Y'all will vote on this next council meeting on actually approving those two statements. It's also our quarterly strategic plan update. So we'll do the strategic plan update, which this is part of. We'll actually adopt these two vision and mission statements so that we have official statements. And then during the next 3 months, we'll allow the departments to create and draft their own mission statements that will align with the city's overall mission and vision. And then we will bring those back to the council in April. Again, that's going to be another strategic plan update meeting. But at that point, we can get with the council to recognize and approve the department's mission that align with our overall city mission statement. So with that, that's all I have. Unless you have something else on strategic plan or the mission and vision statement. Well, great. Thank you all.
Thank you. There.
That's it.
Okay,
We got a little break.
kick off here in about 15 minutes.
Transitions.
Everybody go back into place.
All right, so now we're off transitioning there. Turn the microphone. Then what I'll do is I'll retransition it.
I don't believe so.
No, but I know I've heard if you
Yes.
where is your city?
We have emailed each other a few times, or a couple of times with Roger.
Yes.
She's gonna take the place.
So now the face and the name. So this will
Okay,
be
so
me
you're
next
the new,
month.
you're the new.
I'm the new Diggy, but I'm no Diggy, so.
That's it then. No offense to Dick.
Let's not, yeah, I'll keep telling people, don't compare me now.
That's not fair.
No.
Not right. It's all messed up. Hey, how are you? Like, good. Happy holidays. I like it.
Fred, how are you? I'm doing fine. Thank you, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, where'd she go? Look at her.
Thank you.
And so, somebody fills that out, you just give that to Alice. And then do you call the names or does she? So really, you don't do anything then? Yes, sir. I hope not.
Distinguished gentlemen.
Oh, thank you.
Here, hang on.
All right, let me get this back set up. Where is? Yes.
And if I never we'll send a code over here for you, so that way somebody can access
So I turn off the mic, remote and everything. So now,
This is the second generation.
all the mics are back on here. So we're ready to transition as soon as he stops the gavel. Dina Cochran, the proclamation, he has it. And then we're going to do the 5-year for Kendra. Let me get Kendra's up first.
I can flip between these message from the meeting. I can download that here, so that way I Is that it? Yeah, so you'd have to download it. And see, they have, I haven't looked at immigration. Yeah.
So now I'm watching him.
But the city
The
has.
older does transition back.
I think
So did he ever do the gavel?
For the workshop. Sometimes I don't know if it's really required for the workshop. You just gotta kind of watch it and then you'll get used to it. And then for number 18, I'll be taking a lot of those.
Okay, meeting call to order. I welcome you to the
December the 14th monthly meeting. And we're going to start out with a prayer by Pastor Charlie Burton from the Bethel Assembly of God, Preparing the Way Church.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
I was not nervous until it got quiet in here. Can I tell you that it is a wonderful atmosphere? I've never seen so many people greeting one another, loving on each other, and it's not just the Christmas season. There's a wonderful atmosphere in this room, and I commend you for that. Thank you so much for allowing me to come. Father, we love you today. We say it more with our heart than we just with our mouth. We thank you, we praise you, we honor you. We have a wonderful opportunity this season, a season of celebrating you. We thank you for this evening that we have a moment to invoke that beautiful name of Jesus. I pray for this government, this city council, this wonderful city that we enjoy, and we lift them up to you. We ask that you would lead and guide in everything that we do and say, that you be glorified in us. Be glorified in us as your people. We honor you tonight. We give you glory in Jesus' name. Amen. Amen.
I'm going to ask Councilman Buckley to do both pledges for us tonight.
There's the flag. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Texas flag.
Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Okay, we're going to move right along. Item number 3. Okay, I have a proclamation for Miss Dinah K. Willrich Cochran. Would you please come forward now? Before I read this, I want to thank Donna Kay. She's been doing this for a lot of years, and year round, she's soliciting donations, helping people, not just at Christmas, but year round. She does a lot in the community, but I'm going to read this proclamation from you. It's from myself, the City of Cleveland, and City Council. Okay? Whereas Dinah Willrich Cochran was born July 27, 1954 in Cleveland, Texas. Dinah started the nonprofit organization Share Your Christmas in 1991. Whereas after the Cleveland Interfaith Charity went out of business, Dinah felt a strong need to help the disadvantaged children in the city of Cleveland. Okay? The first year, Dinah provided gifts for 25 disadvantaged children during the initial event in 1991. Dinah has 5 children of her own: DeMarcus, Rosalind, Sean, Shantaria, and Curtis. With their help and donations from so many kind people and businesses in the Cleveland area, that looks forward to this event every year. Whereas the Share Your Christmas will provide gifts this year for over 450 disadvantaged children in our community. Thank you, Dinah Cochran, and the many volunteers you have inspired to uplift our community. Therefore, I, Mayor Danny Lee, Mayor of the City of Cleveland, do certify December 16th as Dinah Willrich Cochran Day. And Scripture says, Each of you should give what you have decided in your heart to give, not reluctantly, under compulsion, for God loves a cheerful giver. 2 Corinthians, verse 9 through 7. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, and the event will be this Saturday starting at
12 o'clock at Douglas Gym.
If you want to see something amazing, this Saturday, go out to Douglas Gym, and it's really amazing when you see those children that come in and get these gifts. And all of these children, if it wasn't for this event, they probably wouldn't get anything for Christmas. So it's uplifting, and every year I try my best to come out and support it. But thank you once again.
So this is the 5-year presentation for Kendra Horton Foundation.
Okay. The City of Cleveland certifies that Kendra Horton has successfully completed 5 years of employment with the City of Cleveland and therefore awarded this certificate of appreciation. Thank you very much for your service, and God bless you. Keep doing what you're doing. And this is the first time I saw you.
No, it's not.
That's not. Well, I don't visit the jail. That's not a place that I visit too often. So.
But we met him.
Okay. Yeah, maybe that one day. I don't visit the jail too often. So. But there you are.
Thank you.
The next is a 10-year for Edward Johnston, but he's not here, so we're going to give it to
Okay. Okay, this one is for Mr. Edward Johnson. He has successfully completed 10 years of employment with the City of Cleveland. And we also award him with this certificate of completion. And Roger, I will pass this handshake on to him. And, tell him Merry Christmas and thank you for everything that he does. Okay.
This is 20 years for Mr. Grissom.
Oh, okay. 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 Mr. Grissom. Good man. Good, strong handshake. Okay, the City of Cleveland certifies that Craig Grissom has successfully completed 20 years of employment with the City of Cleveland, and therefore we award you with this certificate of appreciation. Thank you, Craig, for all that you do. God bless you, brother. You have a Merry Christmas, and we wish you another 20 years.
She didn't make it, but
She's actually, okay. Cynthia's actually officiating a game.
Yes.
So she wasn't able to make it. But we'll make sure you get it.
How many years?
This is Employee of the Month.
Oh,
So this is the
okay.
program that we started.
Well, we're going to honor Miss Cynthia Gibson for the Employee of the Month, and she is a UIL basketball official, and she's been doing that for years, and she has a game tonight. But just send our well wishes to her, you know, on Employee of the Month. Okay? Shake your hands. now we have all that out of the way. Okay, we're now down to, number eight. Number eight. Okay, number 8, public comments. Any person with city-related businesses may speak to the council in compliance with the Texas Open Meetings Act. The city council may not discuss or vote on any matter raised in public comments unless it's specifically on the agenda. To speak during this meeting, you must be signed up and be recognized by the presiding officer. So do we have anybody signed up for tonight? Okay, we have none signed up. Okay, we're gonna move along to item number 9, and this will be comments from council members about different things that's going on in our city. And I'm gonna start with this end with Councilman Buckley.
Well, beginning of December, we had a Christmas parade, and I think that was a great event. Had a lot of folks, a lot of participants, and a lot of people that came out to see it. That was the most people I've seen in a parade in Cleveland ever. And I want to say thank you to the Public Works Water Department, where they're out running the lot right now, trying to get it with that ground settling and the ground in. So I just want to say thanks from me. And that's all I got.
Okay, Councilman Walker.
Yeah, I just want to say, Julius took what I was going to say. So, but anyway, thank y'all for, the parade was awesome this year. I've never seen nothing like that. When I seen those big 18 with the floats coming through there, it's just like, you in Houston somewhere. So that's me, but everything was done great, and I want to thank our police department and fire department for keeping everything and everybody safe during that time. Thank y'all so much for the job y'all do. We appreciate y'all very much. Thank you.
Mr. Lowry.
Yeah, it was great. It was a great parade. If you didn't make it, you really missed it. It was the best parade we've had in Cleveland in a long time. The police department did a very good job. The fire department, public works, everybody chipped in. Everybody worked together. It was really, really good. Thank you, Mayor.
Okay. Mr. Terrell.
With Mayor, I have no comments at this time. I've got to bet with somebody to get out here at 8 o'clock.
Okay, I will go next time.
Okay. Well, it is December, so it's our last meeting of the month, and I just want to thank all of our employees, thank the council. I think we've had a great year this year. Like we reflected earlier, I think it's our community, our staff, the team that we have in place here. It's a great atmosphere, and it's a great environment to be in, and it's because of everybody here. It takes the whole community to make that happen. And so, just thank y'all for this past year and all the great things that's happened, and I wish y'all a Merry Christmas and a great New Year.
Okay. Okay, so I would just like to announce, starting the second week of January,
First Thursday.
the first Thursday in January, we're going to start having a coffee with the mayor. This will be a monthly meeting. Speak up a little bit. This will be a monthly meeting. Myself and Scott will be in attendance. We will have different department heads from time to time that we're going to ask them to attend. We'd like to have at least 2 council members there also. And what we're trying to do, we're trying to reach out to the taxpayers of Cleveland and get them involved, let them see what we do, know what we're doing. Because, in the age of social media, it's a lot out there, and a lot of it's not true. And we just really want to just reach down and make an effort in 2024 to get in touch with the people. Let the people realize that we all sitting up here, we're taxpayers also, we're citizens also. And we're trying to do the best we can with the funds that we have. So I just like I'm looking forward to that. That'll be the
First Thursday.
January 4th. January 4th. And I'm looking forward to it, and I know Scott's looking forward to it. And so if you have any problems, come and we'll talk to you about it. Okay? Now that I'm done with that, I just like to take this opportunity to, first of all the department heads, all the people that work in this building, Civic Center, Police Department. I'd just like to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas, holiday season, New Year. Enjoy your families. All the citizens of Cleveland, I'd just like to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas. And let's just take time, enjoy your family. I mean, that's the main thing that we live for now. Enjoy your family, enjoy your friends, have fun, be positive. God bless. That's all I got. Ms. Alice?
Just want to wish everybody Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Very much.
Merry Christmas.
Okay, that's all we have. Thank you. Okay. We have that out of the way again. Now, item 10, there we go. Consent agenda. All consent agenda items are considered routine by City Council and will be enacted by one motion. There will be no separate discussion on these items unless a council member requests for it to be removed and considered separately. Okay, that will be item 10 through 13.
May we make a comment about something?
Sure.
Item number 12, request for CISD ROTC. I'm on the school board 25 years ago, and one of the most things that the state's proud of was we passed a bond for $7 billion. We looked at the new high school and the elementary school, we did administration of it, and we haven't passed a bond now for over 30 years. The other thing I'm so proud of is the ROTC. We brought that in, the school board voted to have an ROTC, and they're going to celebrate the 25th year this coming spring. And look at the Christmas parade. I don't know what the number, I bet there were 50 cadets there. It's one of the programs I'm very proud of. Thank you.
Thank you, Fred. And I agree with you. I mean, I was in prayer with there during that time. The schools are growing. I'll leave it at that. Okay, do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to accept items 10, 11, 12, and 13.
Okay, I have a motion by Mr. Terrell. I have a second by Mr. Buckley. All those in favor? Okay. Motion carries 4-0. Okay, and I didn't announce Miss Desiree David will not be present tonight. She is a basketball coach, and I think they have a tournament, so I'm sure she'll be here next month, but she has a game tonight. Okay. Now we move on to item number 14, the first of the discussion and possible consideration. Item number 14, annual report by Purdue, Brandon, Fielder, Collins, and Mott.
It's a lot of names, sorry about that. Thank you, I'm Greg East. I'm partner at Purdue Brandon. And we're just tell a little bit about our firm and what we do. We do a lot of collections for this city. I handle tax collections. The firm has been around since 1970, which my age is when I was born. It doesn't seem that old, but as far as law firms go, that's pretty old, I guess. So we're going to start off just explaining the tax collection process. It's a little bit hard to read, but basically each year you guys levy a tax, and your tax office sends out the bills, and almost everyone pays before they go delinquent February 1st. The ones that don't, they'll get a reminder bill saying, hey, you need to pay it. And in May, the tax office will send a bill saying, you really need to pay it. You're going to get charged a collection penalty if you don't pay it by July. And in July, if they're still due, it gets turned over to us. And we just get that electronically. It comes over in our system. And we just go through the data, and we'll have codes on it, so we'll try to organize the work. So this shows like some of the codes we would have. You see on the upper right, there's 14% in deferral. If you're over 65 or disabled, you have the right to get a tax deferral, and the tax is still delinquent, and the interest rate is still charged interest, but the interest is 5% a year instead of 12, and we can't do anything to collect the account. So we don't work on it, but it's a right the taxpayer has, so we code the account so our staff doesn't have to work on it, we don't mail it anything. See the section on the left, action pending. Those are basically accounts where there's no other code on it. So we have our collection staff calling on it in July when we start. I run the program to send out a letter to everybody. That gets some calls. Some people not real happy, some are fine. And we just talk to them, so we need you to pay it, here's why. Sometimes people will call and say, I was out of business already. And we'll say, you need to go to the appraisal district, get a correction, and the appraisal district deletes it, they send it to the tax office, it goes away. Our staff will also start calling, and a lot of times we do that because years and years ago, a couple of our partners figured out if you just call people, a lot of times they'll end up paying the tax without you doing anything else. And we get payments coming in just from sending a letter with our letterhead on, a lawyer's letterhead. It annoys some of the people in the tax office because they'll say, we sent bills on this. I know, but something about being a lawyer. And also our collectors, and we have a staff of about 5 that are assigned to City of Cleveland, among others. And when someone calls, our system is listen and take notes, so I can go back later and look at it. If the taxpayer said something strange, I can ask them to follow up, or I can follow up myself. And sometimes we'll leave with information like the taxpayer says one of the owners has passed away. And that will affect how we handle the case from then on. We'll look for a probate case to see if there's heirs we should contact. And it depends, and we get going to litigation, that affects how we would handle a lawsuit. And we see a counselor in bankruptcy, that gets turned over to us because it doesn't make sense for having your city attorney handle a bankruptcy case because we can do it routinely. We'll file a claim to the city. They'll have to produce a plan in the bankruptcy and check to make sure we're getting paid what we're supposed to get paid. In bankruptcy, we're allowed to get the statutory interest, which is 1% a month. And sometimes debtors will try to give us a little bit less. We'll have to tell them, no, really, we get 1% a month. Please change your plan. And generally, they cooperate when we remind them. And then if it's bankruptcy, otherwise collectors can't work on it. The bankruptcy state prevents us from doing anything other than dealing with bankruptcy. And in litigation, if we decide to file a lawsuit, we'll get title work, see who the owners are. If there's a mortgage company, we'll send a letter to the mortgage company first. It's a lot cheaper for them if they just pay. Sometimes they'll pay the tax without the suit being filed. Or sometimes the lender will just call the owner and say, hey, I'm getting a letter from a lawyer, what's going on? And they'll take care of it. And if that doesn't work, we can eventually decide if we want to file a lawsuit. Court costs for a case, even a case with 1 or 2 defendants, will be $600 or so. So it's not, it's not nothing. So I keep that in mind when I'm pursuing a suit because I know I'm sticking someone with a lot more extra money that they're going to have to pay because I can't tell the judge he's going to work for free. They get served with citations. And for our tax cases, even legally, you're not required to send them a notice if they don't file an answer. You don't have to say, we're going to take a judgment against you. But we do that for tax cases because I'd rather than pay it than you take a judgment. And sending out the notice reminds them, you have a lawsuit filed, I need you to take care of it. Here's a hearing coming up, please make a payment agreement, you take care of it. A lot of our tax cases, we know that we're dealing with people who don't have attorneys and it's not worth it too expensive to hire an attorney to handle a case of ours. So we know we're dealing with raw people, it's the first exposure to the legal system. And we're going a little bit above and beyond what we know this is to send down. But we really do want people just to get paid. And we'll have a trial in Dolores and Liberty County. Generally, there's 40, 50 cases on the docket, so we'll have a few of those. Once there's a judgment signed, we'll send a letter to the taxpayer saying there's a judgment signed. They'll also get a notice from the court saying there's a judgment signed. And then if nothing's happening, we can post it for tax sale. It's unusual for just like a regular house where people are living in to actually be sold, because people will take care of it before then. They'll begin a payment agreement, they'll file bankruptcy, or they'll sell and refinance. So that's the overall process, look at our process of going through the tax collections. This slide I'll just go through quickly. It's just on our system, we'll combine taxpayer names. So if one taxpayer owes multiple accounts, they all get combined on one account. So we're working on all their accounts at once. And so this is a little bit confusing because not each account, you don't have this many accounts of each size. It's just sort of the total. This next one is showing you how much in base tax is due for each tax year. So the 2022 tax year is what got turned over to us in July this year. And then what we do is when we start in July, we call all the 22 only accounts. We figure those are the newest ones, and those are generally easiest to collect because the amounts may be smaller, and the taxpayers just owes 1 year. And after a couple of months, we start working on accounts out multiple years and just work our way down the list until the year starts over. And that's basically a look at the tax collections. Rhonda handles fines and fees, which we also collect in the city. And I'll ask her to take over, so I'll just humorously watch that.
Good evening. My name is Rhonda Keene. I am a Director of Client Services for Purdue Brandon. I get, like Greg said, I handle the fines and fees portion of the contract, in which I work with Judge Fuller, your municipal court judge, and your court administrator, Hannah Woods, on the fines and fees collection. So they basically send us cases when they issue warrants, and we put those cases into our system, and we immediately start working those cases. We do address research. We look to see, are they maybe incarcerated? Are they deceased? And if we find information on an individual such as that, then we send that back to the court and we let them decide how best to handle that. We mail letters. We do address research constantly. We make phone calls. We attempt to contact and notify the individuals that they have an outstanding case with the court. We drive the defendant to the court. So once they know, if they contact the court, then the court will tell them when to appear or what their options are, and then they go from there. So our goal really, yes, it's collections, but it's also about getting cases resolved because we want to help move those dockets out of there. We don't want you having a huge backlog of case dockets. And just to give you a little background on myself, I went to work for Purdue Brandon in 2020. That's when I took over the account and started working Cleveland's account. Prior to that, I spent 23 years working for the city of Vernon in the municipal court. I was the court administrator. And I retired at that time and then went to work for Purdue. So my heart is with city governments. Always will be a court administrator at heart. So when I work the accounts, I try to put it into that perspective because I was there, I've been there, done that. I know what cities are looking for, and so when, my goal is to provide the best customer service that we can to the city and to address any needs or any issues that the court may have and try to help resolve cases. I'll talk about just a little bit of some of the special programs that we do for the city. We not only have phone campaigns where we're constantly calling individuals trying to notify them, but we also do a special mail out once a year called our Case Resolution Campaign. This is something that many agencies have participated in for 20 plus years. It's a statewide effort that's held every spring. It's an initiative to get word out to individuals that they have these outstanding cases. Most of them already know, But if they forgot, or, maybe they didn't have the money to handle it, or they didn't want, couldn't appear for whatever reason, it's a way of trying to get them into the court at that time, because it's an ongoing thing that's a statewide effort. So the city does participate in that every year, and it's usually a really good campaign. We can move a lot of cases, get them cleared off the docket at that time. So it's a great thing for the city and the court to participate in. Your first slide up there gives you just basic statistics. So we've had the contract since 2009, and since that time, there's been 17,025 cases sent from the court to the law firm to work. The total on those 17,000 cases comes to $6.6 million. So that's a lot of money that's sitting out there. That's potential revenue for the city and the court. Your first little column there is payments and or partial payments. So this is actual cash money paid on cases, either by paying in full or partial payments, pay plans, things of that nature. So we've had 10,692 cases in which we've had actual payments on. And that total equaled $2.1 million. So that's about 31.8% collected in actual cash payments. The next column there is disposed or cleared. These are cases that are typically dismissed. There's no money taken on, so they're dismissed. They're maybe laid out in jail. Community service may have been given, and they did community service for their fine amounts, or they could have had their cases waived due to indigency or something of that nature. So we've had 11,398 cases in which that has been the disposition on the case. That too has equaled 2.1 million, so slightly a little bit more than the actual cash payments, but not by much. And that comes to 32.97%. And if you move over to the next column where it says total cleared, so our total collection rate right now is 64.8%. Obviously, our goal is to increase that number, and that's what we look for, is are we steadily increasing that where we're trying to get these cases cleared. And you have to keep in mind, 6.6 million has been sent, 17,000, but each month or each time that they're issuing warrants, we're always adding to that number. So it's kind of like a fluid number, if you will. And then some other work that we do, obviously, address corrections. We're constantly researching for better addresses because people move. We've had 11,301 address corrections. We've mailed 83,512 letters. So that's a lot of letters going out, a lot of correspondence. Phone number changes. We've had 8,034 phone number changes. So we're always looking for better phone numbers to contact individuals. And then our actual phone contacts have been 20,273 contacts. So quite a bit in that time. We continue to work. We look for new ways to try to collect, to try to drive individuals in. Some are afraid to come to court. Some, for whatever reason. So we try to also educate the public about how the court is there to help you clear your cases and resolve them, and not be afraid of always arrest. Arrest is not always the first option. So we do try to work very hard to get that word out to the public as well. It's kind of hard to see up there, but it's just some slides that are kind of interesting to look at, is we have a mapping feature. I also came, when I started working the account, I came and did some training with the court staff and the warrant officer that y'all have in place. We trained him as well on how to do the mapping in the system, and what you can do is take a zip code and you can see where are these defendants living, what address do we have, and where are they. So this is the top 10 accounts, meaning the top that is owed to the city. So if you see, like for 77327 zip code, we have the number in the parentheses to the side is the number of individuals in that zip code. So we have 425 with that zip code as their address. And it totals $372,593. And then it maps it on the actual map. So you can actually, if you're on our system using it, you can drill down and you can hover over it and you can see who that individual is, how much they owe, and how many times we've attempted to call and how many letters we have mailed. So it's just kind of a tool that the court can use. Warrant officers, I had a warrant officer in Brenham. He used it all the time. He loved the feature, and it helped him actually because he left door hangers and attempted to make contact. The next slide is top 10 bad addresses. So we know that these are bad addresses. We're constantly looking like who in these zip codes have bad addresses and can we find a better address. So again, for 77327 zip code, we have 91 bad addresses totaling 71,597. And there too, it maps them out and shows you where those address individuals are located. And then the last slide is kind of interesting to see. This is every single account that we have in the system that's currently open, and it shows you where these individuals. So you have a lot of individuals that live out of state. You also have one in Puerto Rico. And I think it's not on here because it made the map look funny, but I want to say there's one like maybe in South Africa with the South African address as well. So it's just kind of interesting to see where our defendant's coming from, and it's kind of a neat little tool to look at. So, are there any questions?
Any questions or comments? Councilman?
I had a question. So, do y'all happen to do collection on government entities that may not be paying the bills?
Yes, we do other government collections, such as utilities, liens, library fines and fees.
Those are the main ones.
Those are the main ones, yes. And you send us the accounts, we work.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, we're going to move right along to item number 15. Ordinance approving the First Amendment to the Buzzy Bee participation agreement.
Mayor and council, this is the Buzzy Bee agreement. As you all recall, this agreement that we entered into a while back. Buzzy Bee is doing a development over on 59, and we have agreed to work with them, partner with them to help pay for a 12-inch water line along 59. And so, you recall last month, we actually accepted bids, or we collected bids on behalf of Blau Engineering, our engineer, assisted us on that. We collected them here, and then the council made a recommendation for, the lowest qualified contractor to go with. And so Buzzy Bee has contracted with that company at this time. And so now we have those dollar amounts. And so we need to provide our First Amendment to that initial agreement that basically outlines that originally we were estimating it to be around $300,000 for the city's participation in this agreement. After the bids, it has came into about 165, so a little more than half of what we expected, which is good news for us. And so this will be a Second Amendment, or First Amendment. We will go forward. We will need to do an initial amendment in the future once everything is done, because what we will do is we will actually pay what the actual cost is and a portion of our actual cost. And so as we continue to move through this process, we just needed to update those numbers. And so that's what you have before you today, is just an update agreement with Buzzy Bee to be able to document those now that we have bid numbers versus design numbers that we had initially with the initial contract. Are there any questions?
So this is for a 3-inch water main, correct?
This is for a 12-inch water. And what the Buzzy Bee development required a 3-inch. And so they were going to pay for us, we got an estimate of what the 3-inch water line would cost. We agreed to upsize that while they're putting the 12-inch water line in, upsize it to 12-inch, so that we can benefit from it in the future. So that's where the difference comes in. So they are upsizing from a 3-inch water line to a 12-inch water line. And then initially the estimate was the difference would be about $300,000. Now we are roughly about 165,000.
I have a question for you. Related page, which is 63 in our packet. Very top, it talks about design service. Apparently that's his Heights Engineering, LLC. Apparently they were hired to do a preliminary design and it cost $25,000. I don't see anywhere in Bly's done their part or they received, how they being paid. By Busby, or is it like, where's that coming in from?
Blah is actually, so what happened with this is that High Engineering is actually Buzzy B's engineering. And so, when they agreed to do the 12-inch, Height actually did the design. But when we got to the point where we needed to go out for bid, they were not comfortable, had not had a lot of experience doing public bids. So that's when we got with Blah Engineering and contracted with Blah Engineering to go through that process, to be able to provide that. And so that Blah Engineering is working for us to do that for us, because that's all required as part of the 12-inch water line. Because all they're required is a 3-inch, and if they did the 3-inch, they weren't going to be required to do the bid.
It's got all of that. And those preliminary designs come about that. So we're down to where the city is going to pay $165. Is that including what Bly's charging us for their public work, or is it Buzzy B paying for it?
No, the Blah's going to be, it's totally separate. We're going to be paying Blah Engineering for that.
So the city's going to be paying more than $165, right?
Correct.
Okay, it didn't know these papers, so
Right.
I'll make it clear.
But with this agreement, this is what we would be paying Buzzy B back for the work that's actually done.
Okay, I understand that, I just, like I said, if everybody, council leaders thinking we're just gonna pay $165, we've got to take into effect wow, the work they've done, and what they've charged.
Correct.
Do we know the cost or no?
I was trying to find it right now.
I do not remember that number off the top of
Yeah,
my
I
head.
don't remember it off the top of my head either. So, I can try to get back to y'all. I can find it.
I was just curious what it was.
Do we have any more discussion or questions? Okay. Not. Do I have a motion on the floor?
I make a motion to approve the First Amendment to District B.
Okay, I have a motion by Mr. Lowry, second by Mr. Warren. Okay, all those in favor? Okay, motion carries 4-0. Okay, we're gonna move to item number 16. Ordinance amending the fiscal year 2023 budget. Ms. Harrison.
So, these are our annual budget amendments. What this is, every year the council approves the budget for each department, and at the end of the year, we review it to make sure that none of the departments go over what was allocated to them. This year we had 4 departments go over, and I was able to pull from other savings in other departments to cover those overages. If you guys have the detail in your packet. The 4 departments were 4 departments in Fund 100. It was airport, library, fire, and general fund. But I was able, in the total amount that they were over was $324,000, but I was able to pull from 5 other departments to cover that. We would not have to use any fund balance to cover the amount that they were on. And then there was an overage in sewer, we pulled from water admin to cover it, and sanitation also. hotel motel was covered by funds available in CBD. And then money seizure is a fund that we do not, we don't usually budget for money seizure, you know, the funds that the police seize, during arrest. And that, chief is authorized to use it for certain things, and he did utilize some of that money this year that was not included in the budget, so this just allocates that to the line items that he used it for. Any questions?
You know, as Pamela has mentioned, that the good news is that we were able, as a city overall, stay within the budget. Some areas went over. We had several departments that stayed under, and so we were able to utilize the money that was actually budgeted to stay within that. So we did not have to go into our reserves to pay for those overages that we had. So that's good news. So as we move forward, we're not digging into our reserves to do that. So that's good news. Because we did budget a deficit last year. That's a 1 year budget, so.
500,000, I believe. But this, we stayed within budget, but there will be capital carryovers presented at the end of the audit for the items that were not purchased in fiscal year 23. So this is separate from the capital carryovers.
Second. Okay, I have a motion by Mr. Buckley. Got a second by Mr. Lowry. Okay, all those in favor? Okay, motion carries 4-0. Okay, thank you, Ms. Harris. Okay, item number 17, creation of a facility maintenance division, Mr. Reynolds.
Mayor, Council, I presented to y'all in last month's workshop going over facility maintenance, going over the budget and how it would work. You know, there was a difference, but also I showed how we're really saving that money for this year, so it would be okay in that. But our recommendation is that we bring this in-house because I feel like we'd have better control and we'd get a lot more out of it. So anyway, I just want to see if y'all have any questions over what I presented last month.
If you remember, this is a situation where we have an individual that is doing this for us. We do not have a contract with them, and so we need to either go out for a bid and do the contract or bring it in-house. We run the numbers. We really believe that by doing this and bringing it in-house, we will get better quality. We would be able to get better control and a lot more assistance. Our current provider is here 2 nights a week, providing the cleaning. We would be able to have hire 2 additional part-time people that would be able to be here throughout the week and be able to clean during the day, involved with the other staff that we already currently have that do this work. So we would be creating a facility maintenance division for that.
Right now, like I said, there's no contract. We're at $41,000 for 2 nights a week, few hours a night for 2 nights a week. But
So you're saying now that you'll have at least one person will be here
every day. We have somebody in every facility every day, and if we need to move someone around, definitely others, yes, sir. Have someone every day.
Scott, is that your recommendation that we create this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I make a motion to approve.
Okay. Any other comments? Okay, I got a motion by Mr. Lowry, and a second by Mr. Buckley. Okay, all those in favor? Okay, motion carries 4-0. Okay.
Mayor, on that situation, what we do, we will, we anticipate that we'll bring it in-house and we have that direction. We would provide notice, official notice to the current provider, through January, we go through January, then we would aim to begin taking that in-house and work that starting February 1st.
Okay, we're gonna move right along to item number 18. Okay, annual appointment to boards and commissions. Okay, and I'm looking at my sheet here, we have the airport advisory board, building and standard boards, economic development board, parks and recreation, zoning board of adjustments, planning and zoning board. Okay, I am responsible for the airport advisory board, and I nominate Mr. Hugh McFarland. I understand that he is a pilot and has a lot of experience in aviation, and everything I've heard about him has been good, so I make that motion for Mr. Hugh McFarland for airport board.
Mr. Mayor, I make a motion to accept Mr. McFarland for that position held for the
Okay, second. Okay, I got a motion by Mr. Terrell, second by Mr. Lowry. All those in favor? Okay, motion carries 4-0. Okay, now we have on the building and standards board.
Now, Mayor, on this one, I did want to kind of discuss a little bit about this. This is something that we had talked about, and so we do have 8 open seats on building and standards board. That's basically all the seats except for one. We do have one individual that was appointed this year that would remain. One of the discussions that we have had is trying to streamline some of our boards and commissions and try to combine some of them, because we, in the past, and we do struggle sometimes to fill those, and then we've got people that serve on multiple boards because we don't have enough volunteers and so forth. And so I have visited with Mary Ann about this, and this is the Building and Standards Board. A lot of cities utilize their planning and zoning commission to do those responsibilities. And so this is a board that you might be able to, or might consider maybe eliminating this board and allowing the planning and zoning commission to do that. There would be a process for doing that. If we did that, we would need to change some of our ordinances starting next month to give those responsibilities that the building standard had to planning and zoning to do that. If you look at your list of people that have applied, majority of the people, 4 out of the 5 people that applied for filling the 8 seats in building and standards. So again, we would not have a complete committee. The majority of those 4 out of 5 have also applied to be on planning and zoning. So if you appointed them, it could be the exact same people. And so again, combining those makes sense. The one person that is currently on there, Aaron Montenegro, you could potentially appoint him to the planning and zoning as one of the open spots that person has, and then fill the other open seats with some of those applicants in there as well. And so that's just something for consideration and discussion when we talked about that. And so as we were looking at this, that opportunity presented itself, and so I have clarified with Mary Ann that is a possibility for us to do if that's the direction y'all are with us. So I just wanted to make sure to mention that to y'all.
When was the last time the Building and Standards Commission met?
Before I was here, it had been.
I heard it was 2019.
I think it was 19.
So that's 4 years, and then haven't met. The people on that, Building and Standards.
I mean, if you're having to send stuff from this board to another board already, or you approve it to another board, there's no sense in having a board that makes 3 steps, or only 1 step.
What hoops do we have to jump through to abolish this building and standard commission?
Just need to adopt an ordinance that would essentially just delete the provision that creates a board and make sure if there's is our responsibility just a recommending type board, and just add it to P and Z if it's not already covered under its duties?
So we can handle the library board, same thing, they didn't meet, and we just did wait. And this would be, in a way, we accept the ordinances, and maybe moved over to planning and zoning.
So we just need a motion on it.
Well, I mean, I think if y'all would give us, if that's the direction you want to go, you can give us direction to do that. We would start working towards planning, providing the ordinance for next month to be able to make those changes. And I would say just not appoint anybody to the Building and Standards Committee tonight. And then consider maybe appointing the one Building and Standards board member that's still on that one to maybe the planning and zoning so he can continue to serve. He's definitely an individual that has wanted to serve, just got put on the board, and so he is definitely wanting to continue to serve for the city, which is something we definitely want to respect and give that opportunity to him.
Okay, so can we just go ahead and appoint the young man that, the one guy that is on the Building and Standards board, can we just appoint him to the zoning board, and by that way we be done with it? And the only thing we'll have to do next month is just abolish the Building and Standards board. Do y'all want to do it like that? What was the guy on there? Aaron. Okay.
Now, you do have, there is six open seats for planning and zoning, so he could be one of those, which leave five. Then you do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people that have applied for the planning and zoning board. So we could do those 5 plus Aaron.
Can we make a motion to approve that individual, Aaron, and the other 5 at the same time?
Yes.
Okay, I'll make a motion to do that. And move Mr. Aaron Pronto and the 5 individuals that want to be on the planning and zoning.
Okay. Okay, I got a motion by Mr. Lowry. Do I have a second? Got a second by Mr. Buckley. Okay, all those in favor? Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so those that are on the Building and Standards Commission, we haven't met before you.
Yeah.
But are there any of those that want to serve? Have they filled out an application? Have they been contacted?
Yes, I contacted everybody on the list.
Everybody on the Building and Standards list?
Yes. And most of them, due to their busy schedules, said they declined. And then the others just didn't fill out an application.
As long as we contact them, give them a chance for an application, then I'll be talking to them.
Okay, I got a motion and a second. All those in favor? Okay, motion carries 4-0. Okay, I'm gonna move on to the Economic Development Board, and I think we have like 4 openings. So y'all want to make a motion for the board that you want? Or y'all want to do it like that? Before y'all want to do it? Okay, because we got,
We had 12 applicants, here we are, see
12 applicants.
There's a lot of interest in that board.
For time's sake,
I make a motion we nominate Franklin Waters, Heidi Schools, John Williams, and Michael Buckley.
That's it.
okay, I got a motion by Mr. Buckley. I got a second. Okay, by Mr. Lowry. Okay, can I get those names out? Can you repeat that? Buckley,
Franklin Waters, Heidi Schools, John Williams, and Michael Buckley.
okay, I got a motion and a second. Okay, all those in favor? Okay, motion carries 4-0. Okay, next one will be Parks and Recreation.
Mr. Mayor, I
Carabin.
She applied for Parks and Recreation. I talked to her, and she said that was her first choice, she was going to be on it. So my recommendation for one of those spots is Carabin.
Okay, now we have two openings. Okay, can I got one name, can I get another name for the Parks and Recreation opening?
I have one other name, that said she would serve either on Parks and Recreation or Planning Zone. And that's Maria Drive.
Okay, so I got Cynthia Carovic, I hope I'm pronouncing her name right, Cynthia Carovic and
Maria Drive.
Maria Drive. Okay, Maria Drive. Okay, and those two. Okay, do I have a motion for those two?
I'll make that motion to approve you to serve on the Parks and Recreation.
Okay, that's Maria Drive and Cynthia Carovic. Okay, do I have a motion? I got a motion by Mr. Terrell and a second by Mr. Bucket. All those in favor? Okay, motion carries 4-0. Okay. Okay, now the zoning board. I've already.
Zoning board of adjustments.
We got it.
No, it's the board of adjustments, but it's a zoning plan.
Planning and zoning, needing board of adjustment.
Okay, we did the zoning. Okay, now we got the zoning.
The zoning board of adjustments, we've got the body that we have openings for alternates. And then we move it, right, okay, we did.
Yeah, they already moved them up. I don't know why it goes down. They went back to my bad. I already called them out on it.
Okay.
We need 4, there's 4.
Okay, can I get 4?
Make a motion to accept the 4 applicants on the zoning board of adjustment.
Okay, that'll be Buckley.
No, it's on the
Okay.
McBee.
Now,
So,
I talked to Jeffrey McBee, and
Okay.
he was willing to serve on the zoning or planning zone.
Yes, okay.
Can you say, never mind. Go ahead.
Who's the second?
so you had McBee, Heidi Cole, Maria Drogi, and then Scott Crawford.
Okay. Okay, I have a motion, and I have a second. Okay, all those in favor? Okay, motion carries 4-0. Okay. Resolution.
Yes.
Yeah, that was the last one, yeah.
That was the second one.
Yeah, my question is, we should be on alternating, rotating years, depending on the not. And right now, we put there, as I see it, that planning and zoning is 5 openings. So we need to change that for somebody's a 2-year, and then maybe somebody's a 3-year, because otherwise, we don't have a huge, we're normally over 2 years.
We did do that with the Parks and Recreation Committee when we created it. We assigned 1, 2, and 3-year terms, and then they will serve 3 years after that. So that is definitely something we can do to, on the planning and zoning, to try to create that rotation so that you do have people that remain every year. Okay. So we could just avoid some of those to be 1-year terms or 3-year terms. Can you do it 3 years? If it's a 2-year term, so you still need a 1 and a 2.
1 and a 2, and then staggered after that.
Okay, I guess I missed some more. Planning and zoning, 6 open seats, whichever the name of those 6.
We were moving Aaron White, and then it was gonna be, Joshua would be Brent McWaters,
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yes.
Yes.
If I would work on it, this thing,
I can.
and then Lady Souls. And Maria Drury.
And Scott Crawford.
Maria Scott Crawford.
Some of these we got tonight, we put on the two committees.
Yes.
Some of these put an application, and we have them sign. If it's okay, I'd like to see if we can talk about taking, spread it out while we get more people to participate.
And either the council, or what we did with the Parks and Recreation, do that for them at their first meeting, make that decision among themselves, who wanted to serve those. So if the council wants to do that, we can make sure at the first meeting we allow them to do that, or if the council wants to go ahead and sign one or two of them, we can do that as well.
Council? Give us some direction.
I'll decide at the meeting.
Okay. You okay with that, Fred? Okay. We're going to move to item number 19, resolution for adopting agreement with Pioneer Crossing. Oh, yes. Okay, we need to table item number 19. And we'll now convene into the executive session. At 7:07. Okay, we'll now go into the executive session, 7:07.
Your Honor, Ms. Gibson made it. Would you have a few seconds to present, please?
Yeah, you scared me, Chief.
I thought I was finna go okay. I'm sorry. That's what they were just jumping on me.
Okay, I'm gonna retransition. Okay.
I was ready to go.
I went.
Did they win or lose?
I'm not sure.
Come on, Ms. Gibson.
Thank you, Mayor, for taking a few seconds.
Okay, we want to recognize Ms. Cynthia Gibson, Employee of the Month. And like I said, we just want to thank her for serving the community, that UIL basketball official. How many years that make now?
23.
23
Wow.
years. How about
All
that?
right.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Congratulations, Cynthia. Just the three that are moving. Yeah. They're gonna turn that one off. I'm seeing. I'm just testing this time to see if that actually works.
Good morning.
So this one, we have all the notes. This is all got to be typed up. It don't. I got it.
Scared me.
We came for love brothers today.
I mean,
the
you got
zoning-
nailed across every one of them.
Yeah, so
I think, except for, let's see.
they abolished that one.
Yep, they abolished that, so you're on 3.
Some of them.
So you're on 3?
So,
I'm on very good too.
yeah,
I'm
I was on 3.
the president on the
Airport.
zoning board of adjustment and airport. President on both those and then now the EDC.
And now,
And then, the zoning, the one thing on the zoning board of adjustments, he doesn't. Well, say that lately, yeah, but lately.
usually it's about once a quarter.
That's what I think. Yeah, it is neat because it's the only board on this board. There's no regular, our decision on the variance. That's what. Our decision on the.
Honestly, I'm motivated and ready to hit the ground running, so I might just run with it, but I'm gonna see what's going on for some specific, so.
Oh, yeah. I would schedule a meeting. But now all you gotta do is move into city limits and you'll be on council. Why stop short?
Slow down.
You're like, you know what, this isn't enough.
I'll stay on my ranch.
Yeah.
My ranch
Yeah.
for 25 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just trying to get this guy, you know, we're 3 for 3, who's gonna do 4?
Yeah.
Got me. You win. You win.
Yeah.
You win. I promise you can. You win.
I don't know if y'all know Patty Foster, but she might fire me.
Uh-oh. Because you still work at the hospital too, right?
They're very lenient though.
And she's
Okay.
on the lines.
Yeah, and the Lions, and the GCC.
They do run me right.
Yep. The GCC and now that's good though because you'll bring back in the GCC.
Yeah, that's what I really like about it. I was hoping for the EDC the most because I see how they can correlate and really work together. Can't forget do that. Very cool.
Well, that's it for the meeting.
Doing this part?
Well, this
Well, no,
is
you can't. I have no.
yeah. What they're just gonna take a session. They're gonna make a decision on the pipe. That's it.
Oh.
And then we'll move on.
No.
Yeah, it'd be about an hour.
Oh, okay.
That's fine.
It was really good to see you guys too.
Yep.
Always together. Look forward to it. Bye, y'all.
I gotta go meet Clay 9:30 tomorrow. He was out, for the eye surgery, so I got almost about 95% of everything inventoried except for his eyes. Yeah. So he called me and said, "Hey, I'm good tomorrow." I was like, "All right, I'll see you at 9:30." Then come back and type all this and start calling.
That's what's got. Type all that and start calling.
Yeah, putting everybody in the right places, getting this all adjusted, yeah, and then calling. Well,
Yeah.
Also touch base with everybody. Say, hey, you were, selected to be on this board. Not sure when to meet, but we will reach out to you.
I saw Cynthia today. Cynthia Kevin.
Okay.
She's on my zoning board.
Yes.
Yeah, so. I need to do.
Yep. So now.
I need to do for lunch right
Yes.
Flowers.
I was waiting on this. I'm gonna plug Hugh in on the agenda, and then I'll forward it to you. It's got last one stuff on there, and then you can adjust what you want or take off or add, and then I can get it all typed up because I got to get it published.
When's that meeting?
Thursday the 4th, which is
Yeah, that's right. I already talked.
yeah, January 4th, 4:30 p.m. So I've got to have it out 72 hours prior.
Have it Monday,
Yes.
January 1st, but you're closed.
Yeah, I'll be working at the airport, but Alice will be closed, and she's the one that has to sign it. So I can prepare it, but she has to sign it.
So we need to have it done then.
Yes. So hopefully the 28th or 29th at the latest. So, but I'll in the morning or once I finish the airport and get this, I'll plug his name in, and then.
And then whatever you want to put on there too, or something you do.
Okay. I think mine would just be updates on where we're at on the swap over. And
What day is the fuel prices going to go in?
so I got to get with Scott So I'm hoping if I can get in the system on the first, because everybody's, because they're closed.
So you're planning the first few days of the
Yes,
month.
I'm hoping by the second, Trent and them will be back. The QT pod people, they've already given me my login. I've already got all that, but they're closed on the first, so I got to call them on the second, and then I'll have where now I got full access and I'm going to change prices.
When do you
And
get
we're
your
looking at
buddy
50
on?
cents. It's in the shop right now, so
Okay.
they should be done any time now because it's just the throttle cable is what it ended up being. So.
Oh, okay.
Yep. And it's a 4-seater too. So.
All right.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. Well, that's awesome. So we can get it out there.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Approved the payment on it, so hopefully.
Where are we gonna keep it?
I don't know. Right now, I plan on just pulling it in the back and then keeping the key. And I think I gotta look. And I gotta look at my shed. I'm pretty sure I've got a cable with a lock on it that I can run through. I do too.
I mean, people, you'll notice when you get out there, people will leave their golf carts.
Mm-hmm.
Just leave them out with keys in them over the weekend and stuff. It's like,
Yeah.
I'm not that brave. I'm just not. I'm not that brave. I'm not leaving my golf cart out there like that. I gotta get batteries for my golf cart there on their way out.
Okay. That I got. Next week I'm going to order. I got everything put in the quill basket, but I'm gonna pull everything that I put in the quill basket in Amazon and see which one's cheaper. So for the Keurig, it's going with basic coffees right off the bat, and then if everybody makes recommendations that they want
Did I
something.
send you the information on the oil?
Yes. Yep. I pulled them up, their website up. I've got it on my list.
Oil.com.
So a lot of that stuff I'll be looking at on the
I need to get a
on the
display
first.
case. I need to see if my warehouse, if I got one of those glass display cases. That way, put it in there somewhere.
Yep. And it might even go good right where the counter is going into the office. There's no door right here on that. But right here, it's just I think it's just that one. Well, my other phone's got all the pictures. It's just one suitcase that's just sitting there with something on top of it. But that case would fit good right there, and it's still not blocking any of the window really, if I ain't mistaken.
Did Starlink get hooked up yet or
No.
man.
They made when we were. I think they decided they didn't want to put it on the roof. So the first half of the amount came in today. The second half will be here tomorrow. So Monday we're gonna mount it.
And can they hook up the TV out there at the same time?
I don't see why not. I need to look at it. I know the one.
That new TV's in the pilot's lounge.
Yes, I need to see if it's a smart TV.
I think it is.
If it is, then that'll be good. We'll be able to just, connect to it. So, and then we've got to figure out how we can. I think he said we can just hook the Starlink straight up to the antenna also to shoot the signal to the QT5.
Oh,
So we're going to keep the DSL. I got all that changed over. We'll start in the first. He was sitting there.
I said, I'm waiting.
Everybody knows what they are.
Yeah, so today we went step by step on how to make it, setting up, breaking it down. You won't be, because the terms are starting until January. So you won't do anything, you know.
No, I'll get it.
They just restarted. They did initially, but then they just decided not to come back because they finished the website design. So they had a workshop on it the other day. So they're working on the site. Yeah, then you'll find out see the person on
Yeah, but he's like, I'm sitting here watching my stuff, and one second, look right, see, this guy. Have you ever been out to the county government station over there? It's delicacy owned by a gentleman named police officer, and he did a lot of undercover stuff. Before I knew who he was,
Alright, I'm gonna go through this on my desk.
Watch it. He is like. That's why I got your gloves.
Gonna be interesting.
That's gonna be fun.
But I also go through the same kind of like the other events, break it for a little bit. It's still bothering me. Right now, I'm using social media. This is watch what you post. So this is short. The value added by it, it doesn't overwhelm it. It's not added, it's black.
I have to look at my yearbook. The real, sure, but yeah, 1990 I graduated.
Yeah, she graduated, she was on here 2 years.
Okay.
Moved into the district.
Okay. Right. I know that. I play football, so I see the cheerleaders all the time. Yeah.
I'm so glad you joined the group here.
It's pretty neat. I mean, you hang out here and you get caught up on everything.
Stress level.
Y'all watch the stand-up comedy at all?
Mm-hmm.
There's a young guy, he's about 28 years old.
Behind the scenes, you get a little insight.
You get a little scared. Everybody else got scared.
Young, proud guy, he did a stand-up show. He said
And we
something
found it out
about
Vicky.
domestic
I'm
violence.
looking forward to it. So, come on, I gotta go back out there and meet
But it was
morning.
free,
And then,
but it was a joke.
yeah,
People laugh.
everything ironed out from the truck.
But then there was this big outcast show.
Wait.
There was other people on social media. And
Do you
this
get
guy,
into-
he's a
No, we were. That's what I thought. Didn't know her to say something about December.
Oh, so I'll go out there starting in December.
Right.
And working side by side and going over, I'll see how he's working the field pains. Because everything else I've already got turned over or swapped in my name. All I gotta do is just call those companies back on the first and say, hey, it's done. You know, switch it from them to another. And we'll be ready. Should be weird. I'm gonna get back. Get back. Well, been out here for about 5 years.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
How long have you been here with the city?
Almost 2 years. So it's been fun. So when we left, so down in Queensville, working with the Navy contractor, pilot trainers, and we were set to help my camper down there, and I was staying down there all week, becoming like, we don't like and initially, we were like, yeah, let's move down, let's just switch and get mad at it. And then, she just don't listen to it. Kind of like the last month, she's like, when I started being like, hey, this is happening, we're gonna worry. She's like, no, because all my family's here. So she's like, no, let's stay here. I'm like, okay. So I was like, well, I'm not gonna drive in 5 hours.
That is a long.
Yeah, so I was like, well, and then this came up, I'm like, oh, perfect. Especially being from here too.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
That bridge you can go on.
Despite what they say.
Yeah.
Yes, sir, I got it. Matter of fact, I need to see something.
Great deal.
And there's more Alfredo in there if you're hungry.
All right, man, let me grab some before I leave.
Yeah.
I don't want to go waste.
Right?
Yeah, right.
Y'all can hear about me like,
Why are you so happy?
Charles gonna lose his bet.
Because once they come out of there, it's only 5. Once they come out of there, 5 minutes and you're going. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, I'm very proud. Very proud.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So Angela's got all the pictures. So she'll give them to Felicity to post on Facebook. This is my. How long do I have to keep all the videos on here? AC plus 90 days. So once the minutes are written and approved by the governing body, then the videos can be deleted 90 days later. But I told Blue Wire to keep leave me 2 years worth
Oh my.
because there was a lot of years on here, and it was slowing down our entire system.
Even 2 years is a
Yeah.
lot. Especially as many meetings as we have.
Mm-hmm.
So a whole 16 people have watched us, huh?
Yeah.
What's the average?
So I've seen it go about 24. And you'll see like for the other boards, none. EDC may have maybe 1 or 2 max.
I didn't know you remember that, when the basic.
My hope is, and I see this in my life, my friend group, and a lot of people around me, is hoping we're on the upward trend.
Oh, those are the last two.
My generation
Yeah, when she
sees
came in.
these problems, we're having kids, as I see this, these problems, try to revert back to some of the tendencies that, your parents probably had, the way they raised your generation, go back. I'm hoping our cycle, my generation is going to make it and start the trajectory back in a good direction. I hope so. I know it might be friend group like hang around, have the same thoughts, and that's all nice. But that's hang around people.
back here, but I was wanting to think that you were.
Yeah. Started like this.
Right? Well, thank you.
I didn't vote. All right. We might be, hey. I know, right?
We ain't finished yet. The community over here. The gavel plate? No. Adding your business.
What's gonna do it?
I would have forgotten that. There would have been no sound. I was
Yeah.
the little transition button, but.
No, yeah, and that's all you gotta do.
But I wouldn't have turned the microphones on. I would have forgotten.
I've got it in the copier right now, so as soon as this is adjourned, I can go grab it.
All right.
I got really worried and all of a sudden. I guess I got tired.
Yes, sir.
I did Christmas.
Now watch the bottom of that bag.
Okay, we're gonna go back into regular session, I would say 7:51. Okay?
Make a motion to amend section 1.4 to adjust the rate both up and down for property value of $8 million.
Section 4.4.
4.1. 4.4. I guess I should reverse it.
This is agenda item 19.
Agenda item 19.
And to adopt the agreement with them.
And adopt the agreement
As amended.
as amended.
Okay, I got a motion by Mr. Lowry. I mean,
Buckley.
Mr. Buckley. I got y'all mixed up. I got y'all mixed up, man. I'm sorry, man.
It must be the glare.
Hey. I got a motion by Mr. Buckley. I got a second by Mr. Lowry. All those in favor? Okay, motion carries. Motion to adjourn. Motion to adjourn.
Okay. That's it. Screen.
So what did I do? End stream?
End
Okay.
screen. And then end.